This is the hardest game to keep your character alive. Like, genuinely. My character nearly died about 10 times, and all it took was me not feeding her for an hour. Kinda understand, to be honest. This game has been out a few months, but it's recently been announced that it's coming to Nintendo Switch, which is very exciting. So let me give you a rundown about what this game's actually about. The startup screen is adorable. Straight into character customization. While the characters are cute, there isn't many options when it comes to skin/hair color. Here is my little me character, literally called Little Me. The story starts with us meeting our bestie on the ship, but sadly the captain of the ship clearly was asleep during his driving test because we sank pretty damn quick. We wake up to the most adorable character. Spoiler, she dies within a few days. And she tells us about how the crew are dead and oddly we are still alive? Very questionable considering I am not the strongest swimmer. The mayor is clearly interested in us and he's like, I know you almost just died and your crew are all dead, but you have to sort the weeds out on the farm. Clearly he skipped the how to talk to people class. He walks me to the farm and then plot twist, he expects me to pay. Like, sir, I literally nearly died. My best friend is dead, and now I have to get rid of weeds, and now you want me to pay tax? Like, who voted for this man? The farm we get is huge, to be fair, and so much room to plant veggies, which does make me very happy. We also have this box house, but it's my box house, and I love it. And a treasure chest to store all my future veggies, which, spoiler, I'm not very good at keeping alive. Yes, little me, it is so sad. I take my sadness out on the farm and actually decide to do some work. Who needs grief when you can attack the weeds and smash rocks? Oh, fun fact, your character can play dead. Jealous. I have a nosy at my little book and it shows the characters I've met, the quests I have to do, and the overall map of the village. One thing I liked was this fast travel option, but it also does fast forward time if you do choose to use them. I mean, come on, little me has little feet, so I definitely overuse these signs. I hopped over to the village hall where I signed my life away to the mayor. Outside the hall, you have the notice board, and this is where the locals will bombard you with quests which they can't be asked to do themselves. We can also see upcoming events on the calendar. It might look empty at the moment, but I promise you this does fill up pretty quick with death and marriage. I go explore the shops and honestly, some of the characters are just straight up rude, and this is where I meet my arch nemesis Henry. And I promise you, this is not enemies to lovers. This is straight up, leave me alone or I will poison you situation. Funny enough, there is actually a cake you can buy to poison someone. She is also going to get that cake. I felt like being naughty and decided that the animals deserve better than these crappy characters, and I opened all the gates, hoping they would run away to my farm. Yeah, that didn't happen, but I still have to give every animal a little cutch. This bridge also turned out to be the bane of my life. Like, why do I need that many nails? This walk ended up with me finding this house, which looks straight out of fairy tale, meaning that there's definitely a chance of death. I did say there was a dark side to this game. Sadly, the dark side is only available on a Saturday night, like little party animal they are. Next to the creepy house is also a creepy cemetery, so of course I had to go in there and have a nosy. So no clue who this guy is, but his house is bigger than mine, so that's a little sad. Speaking of weird places, there is a shed just for ice cubes for some reason. I carry on back towards my own little box and boom, without even planting a seed, I have gone up a level in farming. One thing I did think was cool was I could pick how long little me should sleep for. I thought I'd be kind and let her have a good sleep, ready to face the drama of tomorrow. I woke up to Agnes declaring that she is in the mood for cheese on toast and apparently it's become my problem. I decide it's time for me to shoot my shot. Welcome in the Watt brothers. And of course, one is a typical good boy and one is the bad boy we all know is the better option. Boys in games and books are just better. I also decide to have a look at the bachelorettes in town. Rose is a gorgeous ginger who fishes, so she was straight away on my radar. I decided to take a walk to darkness in the mines, but apparently I'm not light enough to go inside. Rude, actually. Back on the farm and little me is miserable. I was not lying when I said one of the hardest things in this game is keep your character happy. So I miserably plant my first seeds and go to bed. In the morning, I gave her cake, so of course that cheers her up, but of course not for long. I have a nosy at my quests and I'm on the way. Foraging is actually really easy and all you have to do is shake the trees and you get logs once a day. Off I went to go and buy something and it took me a minute to understand that this is the way buying items work. It's kind of like trading Pokemon cards where you want the good character for your crappy character. In this case, I traded my weeds for food. I wanted to go see my potential husband, but I was 30 minutes too late, and honestly, I should have seen this as a warning sign. The next day, I ran to the brothers. Not too keenly though, because I can't let them know that I actually fancy them. And this is where we meet William. Cute, of course, But he's not his brother. Clearly today I was a little too keen waiting outside the door, but sadly the shop was closed. One thing that is really smart about this game is the shops. First they have a school, then look at how adorable this bee shop is. Then I went to the pub and boom, my arch nemesis. Not enemies to lovers. I didn't even give him the time of day, being the best sticker character I am. The pub also did have some good food, which I wanted to throw in his face. But then I met Isabella, who was adorable and possibly also my future wife, so that made me feel better. All I wanted was a nice stroll through the village, and once again there is Henry waiting to ruin my day. Of course I had to insult him, and I went on the search for my husbands. I did a quest for Jack, and this line was giving book boyfriend vibes. Of course Mary had to come along and ruin everything. The next day my heart is broken, where my future wife had decided to cheat on me and marry someone else. Bloody Bridget. Like fine, whatever, I'll go see one of my husbands who tells me something interesting, that there are pirates in town. Of course I have to go look. Maybe our captain should have had some lessons from this captain. Some new characters have appeared, but there's no option to romance and get to know them as much as the locals. They also have cuter outfits, and I was very jealous. The big day had arrived where I had to watch my future wife marry another. The characters sit down automatically and the room changes to wedding decor. And of course I thought, well, if my future wife wants to marry another, then I have to walk down the aisle and show her what she is missing. One thing I did think was odd was that the characters still talk to you as if it's a normal day. They say their vows and then the characters leave just to go back to normal and act like nothing happened. And when you speak to them again, they never mention it. One extreme to the next, I wake up with a letter saying that my savior Luna has passed away, and I was devastated. I sadly water my crops, which clearly look dead already. I go and find some comfort in my husbands, which is kind of awkward because I haven't seen them both in the same room before. But then William says he hopes I recover from my illness. Like my illness? I better not be dying. I tried to find comfort in my other husband, but apparently he is too busy for me today. I go back to where it all started, and poor Granny has died. The house is absolutely adorable though, and it's already been marked on the calendar. I tried to keep my mind busy and decided to finally get my stuff together and fix the bridge. This meant foraging and harassing the villagers for nails. The day of the funeral though, what I did find annoying was there was no message that would pop up to remind you that it was happening that day. It is written on the calendar, but my brain would not remember unless a reminder popped up, so I did miss the first part of it. It was actually really sad. But then this glitch happened and it made the day better. The next day I get a letter from my future wife offering a gift, which I thought was so cute. Clearly I thought we were past the awkwardness, but no, she literally tried to kill me with a fish. Within seconds, little me was vomiting everywhere. I thought, right, this is it. I'm going to die, but I have to protect the veggies one more time. I hope vomit is actually a good fertilizer, because I can promise you they were getting a lot of it. Oh look, another wedding. Jesus, these villagers don't mess around. I thought, right, I have to get a move on or all the good ones will be gone. So I decided to shoot my shot and try it with one of the brothers. I bought the flowers, I ran to the shop, thought I would try it on William, and got rejected. So of course I had to insult him. And now I'm patiently waiting for a fish full of poison in the post. No time to lose, I crack on with the other / only. Turns out my flowers are gone, so I give him a potato. I go back to the lighthouse to buy some more flowers, and sadly there are no more. So I go back to William hoping he would give me the flowers back, but nope. He clearly is still thinking of murdering me with a fish. Oh look, another wedding invite. But honestly, good luck to Roland, because Martha is not a nice person. But like, come on, if Martha can get someone, then surely little me can. But it's Saturday night and it's time to go back to the creepy little house. How absolutely adorable is this house? I want this house so badly, but so far I just have my box. And look who it is, Granny. She has some very interesting items for sale, including the death cake. Very handy if you ask me. And she's also loaded, like, damn, we love a businesswoman. The next day, I awake to some amazing news. The other arch nemesis, not enemies to lovers, has passed away. I promise I didn't give her the cake. I go again to my future / only husband, and he is actually so happy to see me. Clearly, the potato gift worked. I decided to be brave and gift him the flowers, and I didn't get rejected, but he did want me to go on a quest to prove my love. Now, at the time, I honestly thought he meant I had to get full relationship points with him. So I tried and talked talk and gift him every day, but he still didn't ask me out. Turns out he actually meant his brother. Kind of awkward. I never did reach that point in the springtime, so I guess we'll never know how our love story ended. So I had to sit through another 2 weddings that weren't mine, went to another funeral, and one thing I did miss in the first one is that the coffin slowly lowers into the ground, into the exact spot the last person went. Apparently, everyone gets on top of each other one way or another in this town. Then I realized you can have a pet. Best part of the game, I got a pig and you don't have to feed them. Very handy. I did go back to my future husband because I still hadn't realized he was actually talking about his brother. And who do I find in his shop? Sarah Edwards. Acting all innocent, like, no, you are not stealing my future husband. Romance aside, I realized I hadn't actually gone to the mines, and honestly, I didn't miss out on much. I will say though that I am not a miner girly, so you might actually enjoy this more than me. Maybe it was me, but I couldn't find an easy way out, so I had to turn around and walk the whole way back the same way I came in from. But I'm hoping that I was the issue and that there is another easy way out. I'm also not a fishing girly, but for you, I gave it my best, and God, I was terrible at it. This was definitely a me issue because when I eventually figured it out, it wasn't too bad, and I did catch a few fish. Food-wise, I had this mini cauldron and I could make a survival salad, which honestly I knew wouldn't make little me happier because it is so hard to keep her happy. I finally fixed the bridge and we have mermaids in the game. They are so pretty and I am very jealous of their hair. One was nice and the other clearly not. The land of the mermaids though was quite small and I did wish it was bigger. Back on the island and look, another bloody wedding. But also happy days, another funeral, and Henry has finally popped his clogs. In loving memory of Henry. Yeah, liars. In the mermaid land, I did grab Granny's necklace and she trusted me enough to share some secrets with me. Turns out there is a ghosty tree under the cute house. Look, this is amazing. By the trees, there are these podiums and these represent each of the quests / items you have to do to unlock the pillar. Turns out there are many ghosties trapped down here and they can't leave, which is sad. They all have quests they want us to complete for them and the aim is to do all the quests which will finally let them pass on. And before I finish the season, of course, there is another wedding. I had enough, decided to play dead in the middle of the market, and no one cared. Not one person looked at me. To bring the season to an end, we all celebrated with a funeral of Henry. What a way to end spring. Overall, I did have a good time playing this game. I would say it's a very slow, cozy game. The days are very long, but the seasons are also kind of short. It's only a 21-day season, so it depends what type of cozy game you do enjoy playing. Overall, I would definitely highly recommend this game. It was fun, it was cozy, and there was a little bit of darkness to it, which we all love in a cozy game. Well, I do. I'm also very excited to see how the game is different in the other seasons. I think it will be a good, long, interesting game to play. But I hope you liked the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It helps promote my channel so much more than you think. Leave a comment down below. Have you played this game? Are you going to buy it? Let me know. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.